What if I told you the ultimate alpha male wasn't some billionaire entrepreneur or a Hollywood action hero, but a homeless man who lived in a barrel? A man who rejected power, mocked kings, and didn't just break society's rules. He burned them to the ground. Imagine a man who shatters expectations. This is no ordinary story. We dive deep into Diogenes' wild life, where freedom wasn't just an idea, but a way of life. His fearless challenges to authority and social norms created ripples across history, forcing everyone to question what true power really means. Prepare now for an eye-opening journey. Today we explore Diogenes, a man who lived freedom instead of merely discussing it. His shocking defiance, from insulting kings to wandering with a lantern, challenges us to rethink strength and independence. Was he a madman or the embodiment of raw, unfiltered power? Uncover his profound, timeless lessons on freedom. In ancient 4th century BCE Athens, brilliant minds like Plato and Aristotle debated lofty ideas. Amidst marble columns and sunlit agoras, a radical figure emerged, dismissing philosophical conventions. Diogenes challenged the status quo, embracing a life of stark simplicity and defiant individuality that defied traditional wisdom and boldly ignited change. Born in Sinop, Diogenes faced exile for defying corrupt norms. Instead of seeking refuge and power, he journeyed to Athens, not to gain favor, but to stand apart. His life became a protest against societal expectations, marking the beginning of his relentless quest for true freedom, igniting his revolutionary spirit. Rejecting luxury, Diogenes embraced radical minimalism. Living in a large ceramic jar, he owned nothing but a simple cloak, a stick, and a bowl. When he saw a child drinking water with his hands, he discarded his bowl, realizing nature itself provided all he truly needed, embracing life's pure simplicity. Diogenes' philosophy, known as Cynicism, proclaimed that happiness arises not from wealth or status, but from living naturally. He believed society's obsession with power and luxury enslaved the human spirit. His radical ideas urged people to reject superficial desires and embrace a life of genuine, unburdened freedom, unlocking inner potential. He fiercely critiqued society's endless chase for power and riches. According to Diogenes, accumulating wealth and seeking approval trap people in a cycle of dependency. True freedom is achieved when one liberates oneself from the need for external validation, embracing simplicity and authenticity over material excess and superficial success. Profoundly. Legends recount Diogenes' encounter with Alexander the Great. Word spread of this fearless philosopher who dared to defy the mightiest ruler. This meeting, charged with tension and irony, would forever challenge the notion that power is measured by wealth or titles, igniting debates for centuries, echoing through timeless history loudly. Alexander, adorned in majestic armor and surrounded by loyal soldiers, visited Diogenes in his humble dwelling. In the glare of a brilliant sun, the contrast between imperial grandeur and rustic simplicity was stark. The king offered anything he desired, expecting reverence from the unconventional sage, a scene of profound defiance. Standing in the blazing sunlight, Alexander proclaimed, "I am Alexander the Great. Ask me for anything." His commanding voice filled the air, expecting awe. Yet Diogenes, with a nonchalant gaze, remained unfazed, embodying a spirit that cared little for royal favors or empty grandeur. His silence spoke timeless defiance loudly. Diogenes simply replied, "Yes, step aside, you're blocking my sunlight." With those brief words, he shattered the illusion of imperial authority. His concise reply resonated with power, challenging the established order and reminding everyone that true strength lies in living unburdened by conventional expectations. Each word ignited a revolution undeniably. Stunned silence followed as Alexander's men exchanged glances. The king, humbled by the unexpected defiance, later confessed to his soldiers, "If I were not Alexander, I would want to be Diogenes." This admission revealed a rare respect for authenticity over power, echoing through history, a moment of transformative admiration profoundly. Diogenes' defiant acts compel us to question modern values. His life challenges the notion that self-worth is tied to wealth, status, or public approval. In today's digital age, where images and impressions dominate, his message of inner freedom and self-reliance resonates powerfully with all who seek authenticity for genuine liberation. Today's alpha male culture often glorifies dominance, endless hustle, and material success. However, if your confidence is rooted in wealth or public image, it is fragile. Diogenes reminds us that real strength comes from inner self-assurance and the courage to live life on your own unbound terms, beyond superficial limits. Relying on external validation makes one vulnerable. When wealth disappears or popularity wanes, so does the facade of strength. Diogenes teaches that anchoring self-worth in transient things only leads to insecurity. Embracing internal values builds a resilience that no worldly loss can ever shatter, solidifying the soul's eternal foundation steadily. Diogenes stands as a timeless symbol of unyielding independence. He cared not for the approval of kings or the comfort of luxury. His life demonstrated that true power is self-sufficiency and authenticity, a message that continues to inspire those who dare to defy conventional expectations and live freely, beyond measure. He mastered the art of indifference, refusing to bow to social pressures. Diogenes rejected the need for fake respect, living in raw truth without pretense. His bold disregard for societal norms showed that indifference is not apathy, but a deliberate choice to value authenticity over artificial accolades and hollow praises. When Plato defined humans as featherless bipeds, Diogenes dramatically picked up a live chicken and paraded it into the academy. With a wry smile, he declared, "Behold, a man." This audacious act ridiculed empty definitions and challenged the very essence of philosophical thought, provoking minds with irreverent, bold humor profoundly. In the bustling market, Diogenes wandered as a beggar, exposing societal hypocrisy. While the wealthy freely distributed coins, the poor went unnoticed. His presence forced people to confront their double standards, proving that generosity and kindness should not depend on status, but on genuine human connection and empathy beyond measure. One of his most iconic images remains Diogenes roaming the city in broad daylight with a lantern, proclaiming his search for an honest man. This act wasn't a quest, but a bold statement, proving that integrity is scarce in a world filled with mass, pretense, and deceit, challenging false facades. His lantern symbolized the light of authenticity in a dark world of deceit. Diogenes challenged each individual to look within, urging them to shed false identities and embrace real values. His enduring message inspires us to seek genuine connections, unburdened by superficial expectations imposed by society, for true liberation. From Diogenes, we learn that authentic strength comes from within, not from external accolades. His life encourages us to reject societal pressures, pursue simplicity, and live honestly. Embrace self-reliance, seek truth over approval, and remember, real power is the freedom to be unabashedly yourself. Ignite your inner, truly unstoppable fire. Fascinated by Diogenes' radical journey? Continue exploring the timeless wisdom of ancient mavericks. Watch our next video to discover another thinker who defied society's norms and redefined strength. Subscribe now to ignite your eternal quest for truth and join our journey into profound philosophy, unlocking the mysteries of true enlightenment.